This is The All-Knowing and the Stuck: Strategies for Transcendence in the Information Age by the Anti-Average Team. Chapter 1: The Era of Endless Information. What knowledge or piece of information is hidden from you these days? Nothing. You have everything right under your nose, literally at the tips of your fingers. A quick reality check. Ask any artificial intelligence tool the most complex question you can come up with and see how easily it gets a solution for you. Access to the world's most prestigious libraries, which are other people's minds, has never been this quick, has never been this easy, and most importantly, has never been this cheap. We are a closer resemblance of God's all-knowing nature, more so than any generation that came before us by far. You are the all-knowing, but the question is, do you understand? Do you have as much wisdom to discern this much information as God is? That is exactly where the differentiation is more evident. But there are those among us who are trying to match God, even though none of us can ever be at par with Him. There are those of us who are trying to match God in their wisdom and understanding and their ability to discern and make use of information as He does. We ought to mimic them and trace their steps. This is not only crucial to become as great as they are, but a God-given requirement to live a great, inspiring life. Chapter 2: The Lure of Mediocrity. Flood any civilized society with limitless options, choices, and endless information, and be guaranteed to get average performers. With these boundless possibilities, it gets more and more difficult for the average individual to become the best in any aspect of their lives. Unleash an army of goats in a field of maize crops and witness them randomly eating through and ravaging the field. Unleash a special force of sheep in a field of maize crops and witness them destroy your field. The first field is likely to regrow and bear some produce. Why? Goats get hyped up with the instant access to boundless fresh food and run through the field eating randomly, leaving out some crops in the process without even paying attention. The second field is not likely to survive at all. Sheep do not eat randomly. Each focuses on a single line and eats it out to the end before it begins with the next one. Most people live their lives like the goats in the scenario above. They walk through life testing out anything that life throws at them and never focus on what truly matters to them. As a result, in their pursuit of becoming a little bit of everything, they get lured into mediocre lives, never attaining true greatness in any aspect of their lives. In the face of endless information, you must act like the sheep to beat the lure of mediocrity and dominate in your chosen field. Chapter 3: Identifying the Stuck. Many there are who are stuck in the same patterns of life without even knowing they are. Illusions of progress are built into every industry you can try to dominate, and you must be skillful enough to differentiate between real progress and illusions of progress. For example, some people get so obsessed with academia that they spend their entire lives collecting certifications and qualifications without even allowing themselves to apply whatever they are learning in the real world. Those people are stuck. They get false senses of accomplishment every now and then through graduation ceremonies and meaningless celebrations. They think they are accomplishing great things, but in reality, they are just piling up certificates and living through other people's efforts, which are taxes, through scholarships and grants, only to end up stuck in debt before they even begin any real work. They know almost everything there is to know in their chosen field, but they are still not bold enough to apply any of the things they have learned. Some people are stuck with mediocre businesses. They get endless ideas every day and try to monetize all of them at once. They spread their resources thin and can't make any one of their ideas great. A little bit of money from each and every idea and they begin to think they are progressive, while in reality, they are not making any significant impact. Chapter 4. A decisive approach to getting unstuck. When value is clear, decisions are easy. Getting unstuck requires one to be a master of decision making. For you to be an efficient decision maker, you must first pick what is valuable to you. Being decisive is not a one-off event. Some decisions are made once in a few years, and others are made every day, some even every second. Adopting a decisive approach to avoid experiencing stagnation includes developing the ability to make decisions quickly and effectively. You have to understand what needs to be done and have a clear vision of the desired outcome from your decisions. For effectiveness, it is paramount to trust yourself as the absolute and sole judge of your life's decisions. You must trust in your abilities to make the right choice and never hesitate or second guess yourself. Being decisive also entails having a strong backbone, to be strong enough to stick to and support your decisions in the face of challenges and temporal setbacks. This is key and helps you avoid going from one course to another without giving any genuine effort to one. Not only that, you should also be quick to refine decisions when new information emerges and avoid being stuck with things that continuously fail you. Chapter 5. Decimating distractions. Life is perpetually in an endless state of chaos. A knock at the door, a phone call that demands immediate attention, an annoying itch, too much heat, too much cold, a hailstorm, an email notification, a WhatsApp text, a colleague on your desk, your own thoughts wandering away from your current task. All of these are constant, persevering enemies of true progress. You must learn to filter through all the filth and decide what is valuable to you and prioritize that. There are a lot of ways to decimate distractions. The most effective ones are ruthless, and the conventional ones do work. They may not be as effective, but are way easier to maintain. Some people create distraction-free environments that are no phone zone, staff-only offices, areas of total seclusion, etc. These spaces are a fortress for productivity and allow seamless execution of the task at hand. Other people use time-blocking tools such as daily calendars, allocating time slots for deep work, and focus modes on cell phones to limit unnecessary distractions. One of the most effective ways to dismantle distractions is joining accountability programs. This ensures that you have a third party monitoring your daily activities and ensure that you do exactly what you have set up to do on a particular day. Nothing beats utilizing the power of saying no. You must be ruthless in protecting your time and energy. Politely but firmly decline activities, meetings, or requests that do not align with your priorities. Chapter 6. The intelligent use of knowledge. Knowledge or information is not power, as conventional wisdom usually says. Only the intelligent use of knowledge is power. Knowing something does not make you special. Only the efficient application of what you know has the potential to make you special. A lot of people learn a great deal but never put any of their gained knowledge into real-world use. This is mostly because they somehow convince themselves that acquiring knowledge is equal to taking action, yet it is not. As a strategy to transcend your current self, you must learn to leverage your knowledge and experiences effectively and profitably. You must learn to apply whatever you know in the real world market, either with corporate bodies or independently as an individual or group. For example, An accounting and finance student or graduate doesn't have to wait for corporate opportunities to monetize their skills or knowledge. They can instantly start a private entity providing basic accounting services to the general public and to small and medium businesses. Leveraging knowledge for your own benefit is possible in any industry or field of endeavor. Once you have learned something, you have a unique insight and a skill set that can be shared with others for a common goal. That is value, and you should find a way to use it profitably. Another example, a group of creative designers may formulate a freelancing club or, even better, a company to combine their unique strengths into a profitable enterprise. This is way better than sitting around and waiting for an interview from a huge corporation, which in many cases never comes. Chapter 7: Transcendence through Action. Sir Isaac Newton talked a great deal about the law of inertia. An object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion with the same speed and the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced external force. The anti-average team is the unbalanced external force that is acting upon you to move if you were previously stuck, to change your direction if you were paving the wrong path, and to accelerate if you were moving at the same speed. Allow us to propel you forward. A stone in motion does not allow mold to form. You must keep taking action until you can no longer stop your forward momentum. You must be aware of the dark side of having access to sheer volumes of information and avoid getting stuck with decision fatigue. From today onward, you will no longer fall for the temptations of entertaining every idea that crosses your mind. As we have highlighted, this eats up your potential to make any idea great. Ensure that your efforts are directed to high-impact activities that drive progress, and say no to the many things that do not align with your purpose and goals. To avoid being the all-knowing and the stuck, you must commit to lifelong learning and application in your chosen field of endeavor and refuse by any means possible to let anything get in the way of your execution agenda. And that is the end of the all-knowing and the stuck.